believe so. So my name is Tyler. I'm with Payment Smith. We are going to be the merchant processing provider here to kind of help out with all these restaurants. So a little bit of background on Payment Smith. First off, we do every kind of payment processing. So POS, websites, invoicing, and mobile. Really for the restaurants here, we're probably mostly going to be focused on POS and websites. And also, like Brad said, we will be taking over all of our apps on the backside there. So when he's talking about that 4%, that actually includes all of our fees built into that. So there's kind of a 2-for-1 there on that. Really, how Payment Smith got started, actually from the restaurant owners. So about 5 years ago, a bunch of restaurant owners got together and they kind of round table just to kind of see what they were paying for their credit card processing. So a lot of them didn't know if they were getting a good price or bad price, or even how their pricing was really structured. So what they did is they kind of got all their money together, found a couple experts in the business. Collectively had 30 years of experience in the payment processing industry. And they really worked on the most simplified, transparent way of pricing. So at the end of the day, it gives all the reassurance to restaurants that they know they're getting a good price when it comes to their credit card processing. Typically, at Payment Smith, any new business or any small restaurant, so anywhere around the $1 million mark in processing a year, we put them at cost with 75% or 0.75% markup. With this Resiliency program, we're actually bringing that down all the way to 0.5% and 8 cents per transaction. It's actually huge, huge savings. Typically, we don't see that kind of savings on the restaurant side until they're hitting the $6 to $10 million mark. This will have no bottom floor. So if someone's processing $30,000, they'll still be getting this pricing. To give you an idea of what that is, and if anyone that's not familiar with payment processing, typically a typical restaurant doing about $1 million a year, 2,000 transactions, about $25 per transaction. I'm using Square. Sorry to throw them underneath the bus, but they're probably the most familiar when it comes to their pricing. They're on a flat rate model, so every dollar spent, Square is taking 2.6% and 10 cents out of every transaction. A lot of that isn't Square. That's actually going towards Visa, MasterCard, and the acquiring banks. What we're doing is we're doing at cost pricing. So whatever Visa, MasterCard, and the acquiring bank is charging you, on average, that's about 1.7% per transaction. We're just adding our 0.5 on top of that. So it's bringing the effective rate overall from 2.84% all the way to 2.26. Now on this restaurant, a restaurant doing about $1 million a year, that's a monthly savings about $500. So we're looking at quite a large savings over the next 3 years. I mean, we're getting up to $15,000 there. So really what Payment Smith is coming in to do is reach out to all these business owners, take a look at the pricing, see how we can help. If it's their POS, most of the times we're looking at Clovers and Alohas. Those are probably the most common things, but we're looking at a lot of other options as well. So at the bottom here, I have all my contact information here. Really all we're going to do is kind of look at what they're paying and see what we can do from there and what kind of needs they have.